Hey Gear Seekers, I'm Nick. I quite often get asked about if there's any videos on the channel that actually don't make it to the channel or are incomplete projects or just stuff that you never ever get to see. And actually it happened from me talking to a few people about Linus doing a rig update for his wife with the Z490 Aorus Waterforce, and I actually encountered the same issue as he did when I did our original 10th gen launch build with that board.
Now to find out if the thing still works. Boy, you want to hit the power button? Uh-oh, that's not a good sign.
However, that video never ever made it to the channel because the board also died. So what I wanted to do is actually share this with you guys. I have mentioned this a few times in videos about what happened with it and whatever we had planned with it, and I've showed a couple little clips, but I want to show you all of the build section of that video so you can see that we actually finished the entire system, but the board died. And just as a bit of a pre-warning, we did actually test all this hardware on the test bench before we put this system together to make sure the boards work. Literally anything can happen with custom water-cooled PCs, especially hardline stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to show you this build coming together, and then I'm going to chat about what actually happened with the PC after this bit. So let's jump in, let's build it, let's fill it, and watch it fail spectacularly. The original idea of this build was to use the Cooler Master H500P, the original one, but what we wanted to do was not use any panels and have it completely open, so it's kind of like a reverse case mod where we don't put any panels on, and that's why you didn't see the front go on. And when I actually tested this out, it looked really cool because you could see all the RGB fans on the front and on the top, and the back for all the cable management of this case has panels that cover everything, so you wouldn't have seen any cables on the back. And I thought it actually looked like a cool open air type of build, so that's why it was done this way. There was never ever the intention to have any panels on it, which is why I like the shot of me showing the case, there's no panels on it, because that was the idea. In terms of what actually happened to this motherboard is we sent it away to get fixed, and it took a little while, and by the time everything came back, I was kind of bummed and I wasn't really interested in completing this build again. So that's the reality of it. Sometimes like I'll do something and I'll get bummed out and I just won't want to do it anymore, especially if it's like a motherboard that dies and I'm just like, eh. It's kind of like what happened with my water-cooled editing PC. The motherboard died. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use a different board when we get the RMA for that one back. I'm going to go to the TRX 40 Extreme because it's got dual 10 gig, but that'll be like a whole nother thing in the last part of that. But anyway, not to deviate too much. Now, in terms of the water cooling gear, all of the fittings that we use are all bits power stuff. We use 16mm tube for all of it. It's all hardline fittings. And there's also that awesome distro plate from Fantex that you'll notice. So basically the way this distro plate works is it will take up the place of a 140mm fan and a little bit down the side of that as well, so you can do a nice little distro plate setup. I hope this is all making sense. I hope you guys are interested in any of this stuff. I don't know. I'm just completely going off the cuff here because I did want to share this because we do get questions, again, like I mentioned, of people saying, hey, whatever happened to that project? Or like, oh, is there anything that you never finish on the channel? But yeah, there is a few things. Now, the whole timing of this build is a bit of a funny one because this was meant to be for Intel's 10th gen launch. So we filmed this, it was around the start of May 2020, I think, yeah, around May 2020. So it's kind of in that time just before 10th gen was about to launch because we had all the hardware and we were going to use that as like our launch video. The GPU that I went with, I think it was the 2080 Super Water Force. I can't remember. It's such a long time ago. I'm just completely going off the hip, but I do have a list of everything. I'll add that in the PC part pick list if you guys are interested in it. Although this is quite a weird custom type of build, so maybe it won't make sense. The power supply, I think it was a 1300 watt power supply, a Cooler Master one. It was a Cooler Master case. I had one of these 1300 spare at the time, so I think I just ended up going with that. Cooler Master cable extensions. And if you look at the loop design at the end here, you'll also notice that the loop design is very, very simple. There's no bends at all. It's all straight runs using double and triple 90 fittings. So yeah, really, really easy way to build an elegant loop. And the idea that I had with this loop originally was I just wanted to have all parallel lines of everything lining up perfectly, just so it had that really cohesive look. And we've seen this look probably more often than not with the EK distro plates now that they make for the 011 Dynamic. We've seen them from Digital Storm when they do their pre-built hardline water systems. And so yeah, I kind of had that idea in mind when I was doing this. I just thought it would look really nice and really clean. And I think that's basically it. If you've got any questions about this system, or if you really, really, really want to see this thing come together and will breathe new light into the project, I still have the case in storage. I was actually planning on doing it again because the truth is all of the tube cuts and everything and all of the fittings, I can get them back from reference from the video, so I know what to use if we want to rebuild something like this. And all the actual tubes themselves, I have them cut and bundled. Claire said to me, she's like, bundle these up just in case you're gonna rebuild this system one day. So yeah, I did listen to her. So in our like tube offcuts box, there is like a bunch of stuff tied together. And I hear a cat. Oh, there's Bindi. Yeah, maybe you guys don't know, but we got a new cat. She's a bit active. She just like jumped on the shelf behind us. You can see her, look, she's
now a motherboard.
Yep, that's Bindi. Hey Bindi. What are you doing? Yep, and there she goes. I don't mind. I mean, she can't really break anything anyway. I say that now, she's gonna break something. Anyways, guys, that's Bindi. Thanks so very much for watching. If you like the music you heard here, I make all the music. I'll put a link to all that stuff in the description for PC part picker list, and anything that you wanna know, just drop a comment down below. Come and join us on our Discord community server if you wanna hang out and chat. And yeah, that's basically it. Thanks so very much for watching. I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You peek, we seek. And you wanna go for another run over there, Bindi? You gonna go up there again? She's thinking about it. Where is she?
Yeah, she's under the table.
She's thinking about it.
She's doing bits.
Oh, oh. Oh, no, she's done. She's done. She doesn't want to be on video today.
She's just taken the professional level of our videos down a notch.
Yeah, that's okay. It's like everything was like all set up and nice, and then you just see a motherboard fall over in the background. Cat, she's actually really cool.
Lucky she's cute.
She gets desexed tomorrow, so hopefully she'll be a bit more calm. Hopefully. I don't mind the active cat. I don't mind the active cat. It's kind of fun. She's really fun to play with. We've got like one of these cat toys that's like a fishing rod. I know it's like a pretty standard cat toy, but it's got a fishing rod with a little tail about that long on the end. And I've been playing with her for like an hour at a time. She's being grumpy.
Biting me.
She's rude. I love her. She loves Claire way too much.
That's why she's biting.
Yeah, it's actually ridiculous. Like Claire sits there, and apparently like she wasn't a cat that would be like on your lap and stuff, but yeah, apparently she just jumps on Claire's lap all the time, and if Claire doesn't pat her, she growls at her. And she bites her and doesn't get pats.
Doesn't hurt, she's play biting.
Yeah, she's play biting.
She's not being nice.
Yeah, she's just being a little baby. Anyways, guys, that's enough cats.